Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Welcome to the Myrtle Beach Speedway and the Busch Bonanza Carolina 200 qualifying event. On the pole for this qualifying heat is Nigel Ramaswamy. Starting second, Stephen Davis. Third, Connor Babel. Fourth, Glenn Kaufman. Fifth, Tony Gunk. Sixth, Jack Painter. Seventh, Charles White. Eighth, Jacob Stump. Ninth, Oliver Hill. 10th, Trey Larkin. Then we've got Doug Spark, Reno Jackson, JT Armstrong, Alex Stello, Brian Phillips, Lawrence Van Buren, guy whose name I forgot, John Van Thiel, Spike Levinson, Jared Shadle, Tex Perry, Yuri Rodriguez, Isaac Groth, Grant Lyde, I can't read that far back, Charles Griffin, then I think that's Chad Glass, James DeCourcy, Tom Barber, Ryan Pedersen, and bringing up the rear, Nate Schuft. The top 20, whoops, that's helicopter view. The top 20 from this race will make tonight's feature to join the top 20 in points. Everybody good and confused? Good! I think I got that grid out faster than Tony and only got confused like 3 times. I wonder where everybody is. Usually we have a slightly bigger crowd than this on a Sunday.
I'm not sure.
Let's see, I'm sure JB's still dealing with his cousin, right?
I think so, yeah.
Let's see, was Alex racing this weekend?
Race last night.
Maybe he hasn't gotten back yet. And then Spears is doing Spears things. And Tony is custom fitting doors. Yeah, that's it. I really like these cool animated flags that, like the PST tracks have. They look really, really good.
Drivers, start your engines.
Engines are fired. And the field will roll off the grid. And the pace car comes in, and Nigel will have control of the field as he moves to 3 and 4. And we are green and heat racing from Myrtle Beach.
Vroom, vroom.
Davis holding tough on the outside. I think Stephen Davis is going to lead the first lap here, and he might get clear. He does. Glenn slots into third. Still having a little trouble getting sorted out in the mid-pack here. JT Armstrong stuck on the outside. out for the transfer spot between Jared Shadle and Isaac Brooke at the moment. Isaac's got a little bit better run off the corner on that high side, but Jared's going to clear him that time. Here comes Yari Rodriguez. Seems like he'd get up there and make the show tonight. Growth gets pushed a little bit up off the bottom. Here comes the 6. Rodriguez fighting hard on the bottom for the spot. Doesn't quite get clear down the front stretch, but he will have the spot at the line. Isaac holding tough on the outside, getting a better run off, keeping that 6 pinched down. Ahead of him, trying to get around anybody he can, so he's not sitting on the bubble. I'm surprised they didn't set up this version of the track with the dual pit lanes so you can get a full 43-car field.
I don't know.
Just struck me as a little weird. You only needed like 3 more stalls. You just stuck those on the back and apply Gilligan's Island to them. Not that I think a track this small will notice the difference in 3 cars. Well, they're getting a little single file here. 73 still looking at the 83, trying to move off the bubble. Look at that crusty fusion. It's really upsetting if they bulldoze this track.
Where are you racing?
Myrtle Beach.
Oh, yes.
Like, of all the tracks that get bulldozed, it had to be Myrtle Beach.
Right, it couldn't have been like Texas. Or Texas.
Yeah. I have this weird feeling that, as it is now, Texas can't survive much longer.
No.
I think it's going to get the Kentucky treatment if they don't figure something out.
The only reason it's not gotten that treatment yet is because it's the only track in that market. In Kentucky, there's other tracks there, sort of, as Chicago's the same way.
How far is it from Texas Motor Speedway to Coda?
Well, not much. But it doesn't count.
It's probably 3 or 4 hours, but... Yeah, I'm trying to think of some tracks that absolutely need to be bulldozed yesterday. Kentucky's one of them. Imagine if they built a short track thing. Or really anything else.
Yeah.
But no, we needed another D-shaped 1.5 miles. Oh, Stephen Davis has come to a stop and the caution is out.
Fuck him.
That Honda has lost the will to live. Let's see, was there any smoke from it? He was out there leading by over a second. It just shut off in the middle of 3 and 4. Well, that's a damn shame for that team, and Yuri Rodriguez decided to give him a nice smack in the door for good measure. Alright, so under caution, they've gotten that thing running. Must have been all the plug wires coming off at once. Yeah, that's a thing that can happen, right? 20 laps in, just all the wires coming off? No, I bet you I know what it was. He hit the kill switch, didn't he? Well, that's dropped him down a lap, so his odds of making the feature are now pretty slim. Glenn is now leading. And we'll take away some precious green flag opportunities here under yellow. Let's see, Zach. What other racetracks need to be bulldozed? Sochi. Try to think. There's definitely a track I hate with a burning passion. It's not coming to me now. How long is this yellow gonna be? Jeez. Alright, lights are out on the pace car. We will double them up and let them loose. Granted, the only one doubling up is Stephen Davis. Pace cars in, and Glenn will lead him to the restart. Green, green, green. Well, Davis didn't get his lap back. And it looks like he is still off on. But not terrible. Jump back to 20th place, 64, running P20. Got the 82 all over him now. Guys are going to be getting hungry for the transfer spot. Coming up on 20 to go, and here goes the 82 looking for it. Not going to get it that time. backed up here 3 wide. The 07 seems to be a little slow on the high side. The car's going by him quickly. Yep, looks like we got another Honda in trouble. I'll move the 82 and the 6 are now both up in the transfer spots. So Zach, when are you going to paint your Thor Sport Indy car? Like, how do you do Dodge stripes on an Indy car?
I don't know. You put
them on the wing end plates?
Put them on the nose cone.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't think you can.
Could you imagine if they put Matt Crafton into the Indy 500? And Nigel Ramaswamy has blown a motor. Guys running up near the front are eliminating themselves in the heat. That moves the 36 up into a transfer spot. I've never seen this much attrition in a heat race. '37 done for the night. They are loading that one up. Looks like the 07 might, no, he's still circulating, but he's way off the pace. So 10 to go, 36 now sits in the transfer spot. It's a car that has a win this season that's still having to race into stuff. Like, come on. And Tony says we don't have enough cars in the series. I think Tony won't be happy until there's 100 cars each week for Bonanza, and I have to do 3 heat races just to decide who gets into the LCQ. Side, I think since the restart, just hanging on. Finally gets in line. Couldn't afford to go too much further back without losing his spot in the feature. The 07's lost a lap now. He hasn't hit it. He's just suddenly very, very slow. It's like he's running around in 3rd gear or something. Oh, something might have just happened to Tony Gunk. He's suddenly going real slow too. Tony Gunk in trouble, checking up the entire back of the field as I believe he's heading for the pit lane. I think that just shuffled the transfer spot. I don't even know who has it anymore. I think the 36 and the 6 just both got shuffled out. 34 is now the transfer spot. What is happening in this race? They're all stuck behind the 07. That leaves DeCourcy. He's the only one that's going to threaten him. '59's going to resume, but he's going to be a lap down, so that's his hopes dashed. Two laps to go this time around. The 6 and the 36 charging back, but I don't know if they have enough time. White flag in the air. I think Griffin's going to hold on to it here. Checkered flag in the air for the heat race, and it looks like the 34 will hold on to the final transfer spot. He will. Means DeCourcy, Rodriguez, Glass, Barber, Schuft, Davis, Gunk, Babel, and Ramaswamy are all eliminated. I'm surprised by 3 of those were running really well. Actually, no, 4 of them were. And just had issues. That's a damn shame. Oh, that'll make an interesting grid. Alright, we'll set up our roster here. Glenn was our winner, in case anybody cares who won a heat race. Alright, let's set up the roster and we'll turn them loose for 200 laps of door-to-door action.
Alright, I'll be back.
Alright, set the grid. Points leader, Ziggy. Second, Jared. Third, Roderick Weston. Fourth, Roderick Vittman. Fifth in points, Dave Daniels. Sixth in points, Philippe Parker. Seventh in points, Chauncey Redmond Jr. Eighth, Bobby Farrell. Ninth, Dwight York. 10th, Brian Lowe. 11th, Ben White. 12th, Adam Beresford. He's fallen down the order. 13th, Jonathan Cheeseman. 14th is Stephen Lowe. 15th, Joe Polson in the 007 machine. 16th, Cristiano De Sa. 17th, Ronald Stout. 18th is Steve Inkman. 19th is the 86 of Brendan Rains. And rounding out the top 20 is Nate Moorhead. Now I gotta get the export. And get you those drivers. So, winner of the heat race was Glenn Kaufman. P2, Jack Painter. That 33 is really... probably should have stayed in the top 20 all season, but hasn't been able to do that. 9th was Jacob Stumpf. Not 9th, 3rd, but 9. 4th was Reno Jackson in the 77 machine. 5th, Molitor Hill. P6, Alex Stello. P7, JT Armstrong. 8th, Tex Perry, making a rare appearance in the series. 9th, Trey Larkin, who, if he hadn't taken some races off, would probably be the points leader. 10th, Doug Spark. He's been trying to make the top 20 all season. 11th was Lawrence Van Buren. 13th, Spike Levinson. Hasn't made a ton of shows. 14th, Jared Shadle. He was toying with not making the race, but then worked his way in right at the end. 15th, Charles White. Yeah, Tony Gunk braking there really ruined a couple people's races. Isaac Groth was 16th. 17th was Grant Lyde. 18th, John Van Thiel, who didn't look like he was going to make the race for a moment there either, but kept himself in. Ryan Pedersen in 19th, who really looked like he was going to be out the whole time. And the last car in, Curtis Griffin. Helps if I look at the right place in N ratings. Curtis Griffin, great roster. Son of a beach, I missed somebody. Who did I miss? So I only got 39 from that. I love when I do this. Then I have to go through and check again. Okay, let's just start at the top of this list. 54. Glenn's there. 33. Yes. 9. 9's there. 77. Yes. 66. Got him. 72. Yes. 5. Yep. 70. Yep. 00. Yes. 03. Yes. 8. Yep, I got Lawrence. Did I miss the 119? I think I missed the 119. Yes, the 119 is missing. Okay, we'll fix that in some then. Add the 119, add the 119, add the 119. We're not going to forget. Going into the roster. Sorting. 119. In the roster now. Alright. Glad we figured out who it was quickly. Alright, I'm going to fill up my drink while we let qualifying run. That'll give an audience some time to get here.
Drivers, to your cars. Drivers, to your cars.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the NORL Busch Bonanza Carolina 200 from the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Starting on the pole, Cristiano de Sa. Starting second, Dwight York. Third, Stephen Lowe. Fourth, Molitor Hill. Fifth, Reno Jackson. Sixth, Ziggy Moonglow. Seventh, Chauncey Redmond Jr. Eighth, Dave Daniels. Ninth, John Van Thiel. Starting 10th, Ron Stout. Starting 11th, Ryan Pedersen. In the 12th spot, Rod Weston. 13th spot, Adam Beresford. 14th spot, Tex Perry. 15th spot will be Joe Polson. Starting 16th, Grant Lyde. 17th, Doug Spark. 18th, Alex Stello. 19th, Isaac Groth. 20th is Curtis Griffin. 21st, Jack Painter. 22nd, starting near at the midpoint of the field, Jared Mogard. 22nd, Bobby Farrell. 23rd, Brian Lowe. 24th, JT Armstrong. 25th, Broderick Whitman. 27th, Nate Moorhead. 28th, Philip Parker. In the 30th spot is Steve Inkman. 31st, Jared Shadle. 34th, Jacob Stump. 35th, I think I'm counting wrong. Well, whatever number it is, it's Lawrence Van Buren. Behind him, Charles White, Brandon Rains, Jonathan Cheeseman, Brian Phillips, Glenn Kaufman, Trey Larkin, Ben White, and starting last in 40th place, however those numbers worked out, is Spike Levinson. Somewhere I forgot how to count, because I don't think those numbers added up at all. Oh, that really hurt, slamming my knee? That was my elbow. I know what I'm talking about. Great. Into a shifter on the desk. Let's jump to the command. Alright, engines fired, and we will roll away for the pace lap. Field getting formed up. Be 200 laps around the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Saw a lot of mechanical issues in the 50-lap qualifying heat. Be curious to see if some of that continues as the pace car comes in. And De Sa has control of the field. And we are green from Myrtle Beach. York trying to hang tough on the outside. De Sa will just about, but not actually clear him down the back. York gets a good run down the back. York gets a good run off the top, and it looks like York is going to come around and lead the first lap. And he'll clear De Sa and settle into the lead. Moonglow fighting Stephen Lowe on the high side here. That 0-2's been strong. There's a reason he's the points leader. 24 runs him up the track. Trying to buy himself some space, but it just doesn't work. Ziggy will clear him. Battle here for 7th spot. Jackson and Stout going at it. Stout not quite getting the run off the top that some of the others have. And that's letting Jackson stay alive here on the bottom. Jackson can clear him, he'll hold on to it, and he will finally get clear. Seven car getting shuffled now, so the bottom's starting to come to life alongside him. See if he can get a run down the backstretch here. He will clear Redmond and settle into the 10th spot. Start working on that 22 ahead of him. Correction, that's the 9th spot. '93 running pretty well in the feature here. He was one of those that just by luck made it into this race, so I'm a little surprised at how well he's running. And Glenn ran really well in the heat, but they rolled a car off the truck for this because they've done something wrong with the car from the heat, and maybe they were better off the other car. Glenn currently running dead last. Weston having a look on Stout here. But can't get anything done there. Settles back in. Guys are doing well to stay away from what I can only describe as basketball-sized curves on the inside of 1 and 2. You do not want to hit those suckers. York and Desaw trying to stretch away from the field. Desaw staying right with York. Kind of got them working into pairs here at the front. You got York and Desaw, then Hill and Moonblow. And you got Lowe and Daniels. I don't think the two-car tandem has any effect at Myrtle Beach. Not enough aero. Won't be too long though before they start catching the back of the field. It's not a very big facility here. Going to go to the static cam down the backstretch here this time, but I can get an idea how spread out our field is getting. Real lot of traffic in the middle of the pack, and then it strings out again at the back. A little bit of clean air still for the leader to work through. Surprising how far towards the back Trey's running. He's been a fairly dominant car at times this season, but the last few weeks he just hasn't been able to show anything in the features. Got some nice static cameras here, don't we? See an idea of the tight confines around here. There's a little bit of space, but not exactly a ton. right on board with York here. Looking back at Saw, who's trying to hunt him down. Not really making much of an impression on him, though. Weird paint line. Digging off into 3 there, made a little bit of ground in on the way out. Now that's something I never noticed. That radio tower in this actually has a functional red beacon light on it. That's an attention to detail that Project Short Track puts in and I wouldn't even do myself. Look at that, just blinking little red light off in the distance. Nobody would have noticed if they didn't do that. They've just been a solid red light up there. Nobody would have complained. Nobody would have noticed it. It's just little details. These tracks are so good for those little details. Let's take a look and see how it's going at the back of the field for Glenn. Got Glenn, Spike, Jonathan Cheeseman back here, Trey back here, Ben White. We got some guys that are pretty high up in the points back here. With White, Cheeseman, just sitting here at the back of the field. That's not going to do him any favors. Let's see, how far drift to the lead are these guys? 13 seconds already. Nice little scrap though, I'll give it that. They're having a nice scrap here for next to nothing here at the back of the field. But Nate, I saw. Yeah, Nate's in 31st, he's back here too. So Steve Inkman. Nobody should fall out of the top 20 in points just from a bad run tonight. Because I believe 21st is more than a full race's points out. But it doesn't help you to have a bad showing. We're starting to close in on the end of the season. You really want to make sure you finish the season in the top 20 so that you are locked in for the first few races of next year. And don't have to race your way in at the beginning of the season. That is a huge benefit. If you're locked in to start the season, you get 5 races where you don't have to race your way in, you're guaranteed points. And that can sometimes be the thing that keeps you in there. Heck, it kept Stephen Davis qualified in for a long time on a car that just was absolute trash. He's had it turn around, but then missed this show after a mechanical issue in the heat. So, it kind of shows what happens to you when you're not in the top 20. So, Dwight York continues to lead as we work lap 33. Behind him in second is Cristiano De Sa. A little ways back, you got Molitor Hill with Ziggy Moonglow all over him. This gaggle started to grow. I think Hill's holding him up. I feel like it's been a good season for Molitor. He's just been really quiet. Like, he gets good finishes, but I haven't talked about him up at the front to win many races. But solidly plugging away week after week. Ziggy, on the other hand, has been up at the front trying to win a lot of races, but they don't always come together for him. There's a reason he's the points leader. We'll see how that trend continues for him. A run like this will help keep him up there in the points, that's for sure. Stephen Lowe running in 5th right now. Pretty good season for him too. I feel like we see him up near the front of the field most weeks. 56, Dave Daniels. I'd say about the same of him. I mean, we're seeing the same kind of guys running in the top 10 week after week. Daniels had a few really off finishes, but he's been able to keep himself solidly in the top 20, running pretty well. The Dodgers have been strong this season. Reno Jackson in 7th. This is a guy that had to work his way into the top 20 in points, and every week demonstrates why he's up there in points and why he got this ride. Ron Stout having a look at him here, but this kid's been a sensation this season. May not win a championship this year, but is showing championship caliber driving week after week. Ron Stout, not as good a season this season as previous, but still stayed solid in the top 20, had a lot of good runs this season, but has had some real abysmal ones, and Rod West is going to take a look. Can't get that. Did make 22 think about it, though, on turn in. Let's see if he's going to have another look into one. Nope. Rod Weston's run pretty well this season, too, but it's been a little bit feast and famine. Has some really good races, and sometimes can't even finish out those good races, where he'll run up at the front and then get shuffled near the end. Looking for another good finish tonight. Chauncey Redmond Jr. running 10th. Feel like a broken record saying this, but it's been a pretty good season for him as well. Maybe not as much success in the way of victories as you'd like to see, but has had some really good finishes when he needed it. I haven't seen Tex Perry much this season in Bonanza, but he brought a car out here from Myrtle Beach, running in the 11th spot at the moment. Another Dodge out there on track. Like I said, the Dodges have been really, really strong this season. And right behind him, Grant Lyde, who I did not think was going to make it out of the heat until troubles with Tony Dunn shuffled him out. And now here we got him running in the 12th spot. John Van Til behind him, exact same story on that guy. I didn't think either one of these guys was going to make it into this race, and now they're both here. I just was expecting Van Til to lose those spots. It seemed like he wanted to go backwards towards the end, but he did all right in the heat. Brian Pedersen, 14th. Advancing through the heat fell into his lap, let's be honest. This car has been mediocre this season. They tend to be running right behind the transfer spot in every heat race. When it's qualifying by time, he seems to have a little better chance, but and it looks like right now he's holding up a whole line of cars. He's got Adam Beresford about ready to push him out of the way. 93 just hasn't quite gotten beyond back marker status a lot of the season. That said, he is running 14th. 14th ain't bad right now, but greatly feels like he's holding this one car up. Adam Beresford has been falling down the point sheets. Had some really bad races recently. Needs to start making up for it. So that last week, I believe it was, he just barely transferred into the feature. Got very lucky. Where were we racing last week? I don't remember. Was it Jukasa? It was Jukasa that he just barely made it in. I just don't remember if that's where we were last week. Weeks run together for him. Alex Stello running in the 16th spot. He's sort of been one of those top 20 guys, not making a lot of noise. Running solidly and getting good points finishes, but not setting the world on fire. Joel Poulsen, he's been running pretty good the last few weeks, but 17th, I'm not sure he's going to be happy with at the moment. Had some really good finishes. Run really well in some of the heat races when we had a field small enough that we don't just let the full top 20 in. Brian Lowe up behind him. Decently good season for him. Solidly up in the points, but hasn't felt like they've been contending for wins week after week like they'd like to be. Jared Mogard has been contending for wins on and off all season. Maybe not showing the best strength right now, running 19th. But a fairly good season if he can turn it on at the right time. Could be a championship contender when we come down to the end of it. Curtis Griffin has barely been making features this season. Very happy to see him in this one, running 20th. Going to be good for points just to have made the show. He's got Doug Spark knocking on his back door. Spark, running 21st, has been trying to work his way into the top 20 all season, has gotten close, didn't make the show last week out. That really hurt his chase for the top 20. Making the show tonight will help, but he really needs to run better than 21st. Jack Painter, another car, he started the season in the top 20 and fell out of it. Now running 22nd. It's been a metronome season, back and forth between good weeks and bad weeks. They don't know what they're going to get when they unload this car, it seems. He's just been passed by Broderick Whitman, who's been top 20 almost all season, had a lot of really good finishes. Mid-pack's about the worst he seems to run when he is running at the finish. A few DNFs this season hurt him. Philip Parker in this battle as well. He's been running pretty well this season, not really lighting the world on fire, but doing what he needs to do to keep this team in contention. Isaac Groth in the 25th spot. This has been a guy that's had to race into every show that he's made this season. Really kind of scrappy. This is about where he tends to run when he does make it in. Scrapping for spots, trying to get points where they can. No real illusion that they're going to be in it for a championship this season or even next from the looks of it, but they're out here to get the points they can, earn what they can, show what they've got. A real fighter came in this team. Bobby Farrell, top 20 car, running further back than I think he'd like to be. Trying to make a move here, but sitting in the top 25th, 26th spot, fighting Jared Shadle, who is one of those guys that's been real scrappy to get into shows. Isn't really going to be a contender to win most weeks. And Dwight York in the pits, I saw a cloud of smoke. Do we have a problem on the speedway? Our leader is in. This car is moving very slowly down the pit lane. I don't know that it's going to make it to the attention of the crew. I think something has turned loose on that one. I don't think it's even running. There won't be a caution, I don't believe, for this, because he did make it to the pit lane, so we can get a record to him in the pit lane. That thing is crawling. I do not think it's going to make it to its pit stall. What a heartbreak for this 58 team. They were rocketing up the points table, but a 40th place finish looks to be on the books here. Losing multiple laps, still nowhere near his pit stall. Crew might be coming out to push it here shortly. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to this one. Yep, he was at the front of the field, and it just blew smoke right as he caught the back of the field. Nearly got run over. That motor looks like it's let go. He's not even going to make it back to his pit stall. They're going to have to push him in. We'll see if they can even get that thing going again, but not looking good for Dwight York. That is unfortunate. Where were we on our through the field bit here? Leader has caught the back of the field. We got Lance Van Buren here. Didn't make a lot of shows to start the season. Finally started making races and is showing what he's got. It's a shame he didn't make races sooner because he probably could have been a top 20 contender. Steve Inkman has been in the top 20 in points all season, but this is not a good race for him. Same to be said of Nate Moorhead, not looking good here. He's near the back of the top 20. Might fall out of it here soon. Brains back here ran really well at Chicasa. That is not translated to Myrtle Beach. He's running 31st. Report from the pits, 58 done for the night. That's a shame. Brian Phillips, we don't see much of him. He makes shows very infrequently. He got very, very fortunate to have made it into this one. Didn't fall into it like some of these other guys, but they will take every race appearance they can get. Jacob Stump, they've been kind of grinding away, just making whatever races they can. Same for Charles White. Sponsor not happy about that. They ponied up some big money for the season. Not getting a good return on their investment. Trey Larkin, this guy should have been top 20 in points. Ryan Heuser got hurt. He went to Subcorn, missed a couple of races, and that dropped him out of the top 20, and he's just not been able to claw his way back in there. He's right on the verge, though. Got Ben White here racing with him. Ben White is in the top 20, but the 36th place finish is going to be good. Same here for Cheeseman. We got Spike Levinson. They haven't made a lot of shows. Beautiful car, a lot like that 51. Good sponsorship money, just not getting the results. Glenn, that team show stuck with the car from the heat. Whatever was wrong with it, it was much faster than this. Maybe they think it wouldn't have made the end, but they could have at least been getting some points for lap sled with that other car. As they saw now working on him to put him a lap down. They saw having trouble getting him a lap down. Let's let Hill catch up here. About a quarter of the way, a little more than a quarter of the way actually to the race. We've seen one eliminated through attrition. That was the 58, which has led from the start. Real shame for that team and driver. Yeah, Cristiano just cannot get around this 54 car. Glenn needs to fight him. If we get another mechanical issue that brings out a caution, Glenn would greatly be advanced by not being a lap down. If he loses a lap, that's going to greatly reduce his chances of coming back and maybe getting his car fixed on a pit stop. There's got to be some adjustment they can make. He's so much faster in the heat. They saw looking to the inside on him. Just notice the skid marks in the middle of 3 and 4. I don't know what those are from. Haven't seen any cars with damage, so not really sure. Might have been something to do with the pace lap. I just hadn't noticed it. Now, Desa still doesn't get it done. Hill is closing. Oliver Hill would love to pick up a win here tonight. Could be a swing of momentum to really light up his season. These guys just ahead of the leader are fighting to try to stay on the lead lap. Losing a lap is not something you can easily come back from in this series. We don't have a free pass, we don't have a wave around. If you lose a lap, you gotta race your way back, like we saw Rick Jackson do a few years back at Darlington, which was stunning to say the least. They saw tried the bottom, but the car just doesn't get a run up off the bottom like you need to do anything. And let's let Hill close up on him. Front of the field's going to come together here soon if Desa doesn't start getting around these guys. He needs to start finding a hole. Not that passing one is going to give him any clean air, but at least gives him a buffer. And if a yellow does come out, he'd like to have maybe one car on the inside to kind of model up the field. Tends to be the leader can usually clear that lap car and get going. He's just not getting anywhere on him. Come on, kid, you can do it. Hill all over him now. Stephen Lowe coming into the picture. And they're getting double wide up in the group ahead, trying to
crashed yet?
Can. Do what?
Have we crashed yet?
No crashes, but Dwight York did lose a motor from the lead.
Dang.
Yeah, not going to be a good point today for that team. And Glenn, after winning the heat, went to the backup car for the main. They found something wrong with the car from the heat. The backup car's a piece of trash. He is fighting to stay on the lead lap. But Cristiano Desa cannot seem to get around him. So this rewind feature they're adding to iRacing, did they mention, like, is that just for, like, single car testing?
Yes. Yeah, it's just a practice feed, that's all it is.
Alright, so you can't do it in AI races.
Probably not.
You certainly can't do it in, official races.
Right.
Oh shit, I crashed. Alright guys, I'm gonna hit the rewind button.
Alright, restart.
Oh lord.
Directing the first 5 laps, start the race over.
I always thought it was dumb when you would have a rule. Like, if there was a yellow in the first 5 laps of the race, it's like, if somebody just spins and doesn't hit anything, we don't need to restart the race, guys. If anything,
yeah, I'd only ever do that if it was like whole field in like the first turn.
Yeah, I was only really for it if it's like something happens that damages X percentage of the field, or if there's, some sort of server issue or something really weird. Like the one time we restarted an N4 race. Because some kid who he'd never raced with us before ran practice, was just fine, and then the race he turned around on lap 5 and crashed the field. Needless to say, he got booted and we never saw him again. Well, the top 5 are on top of each other now because nobody can pass Glenn. Glenn, the Ryan Newman of Bonanza. Yeah, I didn't realize until I saw them posted in the chat that there were payouts for, was it the top 8? In points?
Top 10.
Oh, the whole top 10, so we're guaranteed a payout.
We're guaranteed $5. Well, actually,
5 more.
I'm guaranteed. One of us is guaranteed. The other's guaranteed 10. 2 of us, it's 5 for 10th and
yeah,
10 for 9th.
Yeah, and that's on top of what we've already got. If we finish the season, that's another 10. So I think I'm guaranteed to get all but 5 of my dollars back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad I'm not going to get the for running all the races.
Yeah, well.
Kind of really frustrating. Like,
you should have run Mid-Ohio on your phone.
Told work.
iRacing
Oh,
Mobile.
sorry guys, gotta leave work. Can't load for Texas, even though we gotta leave tomorrow at 7 a.m.
Oh, Cristiano may finally have a fender on Glenn. Is he going to get him?
Do you have a 401k?
We do, but I don't fiddle with it.
Okay, because I need to get one. I need to get this thing set up before I procrastinate. I just don't know like where to put my money because I like get a percentage. And I could put,
oh, Glenn.
Stuff into it.
Yeah, I just let it be auto-managed. I'm not going to worry about it because anything I do to it's just going to screw it up. Well, Glenn's lost the lap. We're just not going to work this way for a lot more traffic. Trying to put some more cars a lap down. Maybe you can find a little bit of clean track and get for a few more of these guys. Ziggy's losing some spots here. He's dropped back to 5th. Now Molitor Hill's going to get the deal with Glenn. See if it gets him that far. Oh, car in the wall. Dave Daniels just got hooked. Still green. Run that replay back. I think Ziggy hooked him. Yeah, Ziggy just went off into turn 3 and chose violence. I saw the 15 in the pits. Seems a little early if we're making a green flag pit stop, because I don't know if we really split the race in half yet. gonna have to try to get to his inside or his outside. Just sit behind him, ain't gonna do it. Yeah, 15, that was on schedule. He's 4 down. I don't think we lose 4 just doing a pit stop. 5 now. I think he's still in the pits, so it's a bad day getting worse for them. There you go. Get around that guy. Molitor Hill's coming. Yeah, get as many as you can here. '93 into the pits. Starting to make progress on lapping these guys. Green flag pit stops. Cristiano De Sa, first of the lead, 10 in. Bring Molitor Hill in with him, and that'll give Stephen Lowe the lead. They can definitely make it from here, because we've made it past halfway. How many tires are we taking? Right side's going on this 18. Yep, taking 4. They just need this to stay green through a cycle. If the yellow comes out, they're done. And back into the fray they come. Beresford in. Rains in, Kaufman in. Here comes Lowe. Dave Daniels is staying out. He'll lead a lap.
BlackRock Mid-Cap Growth Equity Portfolio Institutional Class. How much should I invest in that?
I don't know what most of those words mean.
I know what growth means.
I know what a
Class.
rock is.
God.
Yeah, like I said, ours is like there's auto-managed options. You can just sort of pick one, and I pick whatever the balanced option is. And just leave it alone. Dave Daniels in. That's a really long stop for Ziggy. I think he's going to lose multiple laps here and be knocked out of contention. But we'll see. Maybe I'm stupid. We'll find out when it cycles through. Just seemed like he was sitting there for a very long time. So Desa was the leader. Where's he going to be? I don't know that we're anywhere near cycled through yet. Oh, nope, Desa back to lead, so I guess we're cycling. And Molitor Hill's held on to second. I think. Oh, and a caution on the speedway. I think everyone had hit it though. But a lot of guys have lost laps. Well, that's going to make things interesting. I wonder what the yellow was for. We only had 20 some odd cars that were still on the lead lap at that point. Let's let them cycle through to be sure. Yeah, it looks like 26 cars left on the lead lap. Let's figure out what the yellow was for. That somebody got hooked coming into or out of the pits. There go all the lights on. Let's see if we can find an incident on the speedway. Certainly looks like we have. Looks like Glenn spun Trey Larkin into the wall on his way out of the pits. And Trey came out, Glenn turned in on him, into the fence. That might be a lot of damage. Yep, Trey and Glenn now sitting in the pits. The drivers might get out and beat the snot out of each other over that one. Who would you take in that fight, Zach? Glenn or Trey? And Trey's done for the day.
Probably not Glenn, because he's old.
Well, we don't know how old Trey is either. So we made it about halfway without a caution. Let's see, did Ziggy lose a lap? I felt like this stop was really long. Yeah, Ziggy lost a lap. And Jared Mogard's been in the pits for 15 laps now. Where do the F1 cars go to this week on iRacing?
Hockenheim, I believe.
Oh boy. So we don't get to go to Paul Ricard?
Oh, we don't have it.
Thank God we don't have that track. That's a track I know driving it's not going to make me like it anymore. Because I've raced it in a couple of sims, and it's not a fun track. Even before they made it into a fucking asphalt playground. I think the French Grand Prix should be called Track Limits the Grand Prix. Alright, getting doubled up for the restart. You saw that they keep having issues on the tour with wackadoo environmentalist protesters trying to block the road?
No.
Of all the sporting events I could think of as an environmentalist protest, I'm not sure the Tour de France is the one at the top of my list. Alright, pace car's in. Desa's going to lead him to the restart. And we're back to green flag racing from Myrtle Beach. Desa and Hill clear the lap cars. Looks like Stephen Lowe's going to work his way clear. Ron Stout's around the lap cars. The high line working for some of these guys to figure out to go up there. Desa's checking out though.
Alright, well, I did. I picked some things, I hit numbers, pushed some buttons.
And now when you're 65 and go, well, that mattered. The world ended 20 years ago. We got nuked by the damn Russians.
Well, I'm young, so I put some stuff into some of stuff, and I probably could have been more aggressive with it.
I don't worry too much about it. I'll put money away, see what happens, but something in the back of my head tells me the way the systems have gotten fucked over that I won't get to retire until I'm dead, so...
Well, the retirement fund I'm investing in has a target retirement year of 2060. That's kind of overwhelming to think about. But I did the math, and I'll be 63, so I mean, that's pretty close.
Now, so in 2060,
64.
I'll be 70.
I'm in danger. Heart disease. That's going to be my off-season plan.
Heart disease?
Well, no, but like get my shit checked out, make sure I don't have heart disease, and if I do, start eating it, because major heart health issues run rampant in my family. Case in point, my mom.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too glib, but Would running help that issue?
What do you mean, like physically running?
Yes, physically running. Run from heart disease.
I mean, I mean, any sort of size is probably going to help the situation here. Why I'm not glad I have a job that I'm pretty active with. I'm pretty sweaty at times.
We only get sweaty at my job with the AC fails. They crank the AC so cold in our building. I discovered that there is a thermometer in the room that's somewhat accurate. It was reading 68. I'm like, okay, that's about right. But the other day, it was reading 62. Oh, and we have a caution on the speedway. Oh, Philip Parker with a ton of damage. I wonder who deaded him. Oh, he already had that damage. Hang on. No, he didn't. So Parker goes into the turn. He runs into the back of Brian Lowe, turns Brian Lowe around, and into the fence goes Parker.
God, this is hilarious. My fucking gross income between 97 hours and 88 hours, the difference is about 20 bucks.
Yeah, taxes will do that to you.
Taxes and fucking this BS overtime.
I mean, even at my job, if you work, like, there's a Goldilocks zone of overtime, but if you work too much of it, you just get screwed by taxes, and if you work too little of it, I don't think it makes much of a difference. Honestly, when I end up wow, that's a different pit flagger. When I end up working overtime, I just leave early other days to just sort of balance it out. Money-wise, doesn't make much difference. I noticed the Project Short Track stop-go man has a paddle instead of like turning his, like he holds it close to his body and just rotates instead of flipping it over. That's a cool little detail. Like there are so many little things on these PST tracks that they didn't have to do. Actually, I think he just let's look at him here. I think he's gonna hold it out and then put it away. I also noticed that I think it's a cell phone tower in the distance has a working red beacon light on it. Like, who was gonna notice that that wasn't flashing besides me? Yeah, he just holds up a sign and then he puts it away. That is... The little details in these tracks are amazing. So let's see, when is the Lucas Oil race this weekend? No, it's Pocono this weekend.
2 weeks.
Okay, good. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't get to see any of the races this weekend, except maybe the F1 race. I didn't catch any of that.
I said doing Sunday.
Yeah, having to go to work. So that'll be fun.
Sunday? Why are you working Sunday?
I don't know if it's TeamSpeak derping on my end, but I'm like getting every other word. I have no idea.
I don't know.
Like the stream seems
It's
to be...
fine.
No, maybe the stream just crapped out too. Yeah, maybe it's the internet being goofy because the stream was buffering there. And seems to be a lap behind now. Lovely. Well, pace car coming in. Whatever the hell's going on with the stream and or TeamSpeak, I have no way of fixing it. So that'll be great. Green, green, green. And I'm sure all I'll have to do to fix this is just close the browser and reopen it. Well, they saw got clear. See if Hill can get clear. Mulder Hill gets clear. It's gonna give him a chance to try to go fight. They saw stretching it out. Still just the, I'm gonna call it 3 retirement. Mogard's out of this race. I don't care if he just sits there for 40 laps and doesn't take the DNF. He's out of the race. And it really doesn't feel like anybody's got anything that they saw. 72 is kind of getting himself in the way of blue flat cars. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. And we've got another caution.
So the main story in Assassin's Creed Valhalla takes 60 hours to beat. That's why I haven't played it yet. That's a lot.
Oh, Glenn! Glenn got put 4 wide, and then I think he caught the crossover gate. Yeah, like, I'm not opposed to long games, but sometimes it's just that's too much.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the crossover gate, it was where the catch fencing starts that the car, like, caught and spun around backwards. It's unfortunate. No, I recently, like, I've been playing a little bit of Far Cry 5. I just don't know that I'm enjoying the game at all.
Are you playing?
Far Cry 5?
Oh yeah, it's garbage. Well, it had some redeeming qualities, but there was just some stuff in it that was just fucking annoying. Like the fact that it's that you're like, flying a goddamn plane and they somehow like catch and drug you to start the next mission or whatever. And it's like, I don't want to do this right now. I want to keep fishing.
That happened to me, except I was driving a truck.
Leave Brittany alone.
Yeah, like it doesn't feel like the gunplay doesn't feel good. It's like Saw's gonna be getting really sick of these restarts. Alright, double them up for the restart. Pace car is in. They saw in control again. Green, green, green. bouncing off of each other in the middle of the pack. Pretty good action, even if it is between lap cars and lead lap cars. I'll give it that. Just wish we could get some of the lap cars out of here. Reno really needs to get around this 55 so we can start trying to work his way up to 7. There's a lot of lap cars in this way though. But tax right on him now. Doug Sparks having a good run here. Middle of the top 20. And 13th. Fighting guys that don't make a lot of shows, too. And the 18th's pulling away, so no need to go look at the front of the field. We've missed. Nope, still just 3. Just having a hard time making the passes after a lap or so. There's some struggles, but not as I would like to see tonight. But it's Whitman running in. He is 21st. Actually battle for position here for the 20th spot though. Don't know he's going to get Nate like that. He's going to certainly give it a go. Little hurt, but the damage isn't too extreme, especially for this slow of a track. Just somebody hit a wall. Caution on the speedway. 50 55 has been wrecked in 3 and 4. Big damage on that 55 car. I think Chauncey Redmond Jr. has had enough of the lap cars, and he's sending them to hell. Send himself too, though. What in the world is happening here? Yep, 55's done for the day now. And the 40's going to need repairs after that. He got going again, so he didn't lose a lap hits, but he did lose all of his track position. I think we got cars in the wrong order, some in the middle of the field too. At least one more lap behind the pace car. Yeah, Glenn and Rod are not sorted out somehow. I don't know what's happening there. It'll get sorted out, I think, when we get the one green and one of them goes to the inside, but... One to green, double them up. We're gonna go again. No, Glenn's still having an issue here. I think he may have finally sorted it. No, they're still looking wrong there in the middle of the pack. What is going on with Glenn here? It's like he's between cars where he shouldn't be. Alright, pace car's in. Here we go. 30 some odd laps to go. We're green again. So I had a little bit more trouble getting clear that time, but he'll do it. Stephen Lowe tried to stick it in there, but there was no room. The 5 is still there. Alright, top 3 got clear of the lap cars. Everybody else gonna have to fight behind him for the time being. Weston going for second on Stout. You know, Jackson just sitting there waiting to see what he's gonna get out of this. Next Perry might have a look at Jackson if he's not careful. 30 to go. Ooh, that was tight. Jackson to the inside. Tries to move stout up the track, doesn't really work. Still pretty close to the front, unlike what we've seen on some of the previous runs. Yeah, not super close, closer than we've seen it. Big wad of cars here starting to lap traffic. Yeah, one's 2 laps down now. It's only really now picking up spots as people drop out. They're not dropping out of as high a rate as they even did in the heat. He's able to hold tough on this high line. Keep this 19 from getting around him. Both of them at least a lap down. Zero is in 9th place. He just wants to get through so he can go fight somebody. Try to get some more spots. He's at 82. Having a good run right now. I think Daniels is going to clear Glenn this time for 1 and 2. Clears him onto the brakes. 83 trying to find his way through all this mess. Not having much success. Well, we thought about sticking it on the high side of Glenn there off the corner. Didn't do it. This is an angry little jack of cars. Yeah, Glenn's just not got it right now. He's holding guys up. So hard to pass on the inside that just gets the whole field bunched up. Oh, Doug, looking 3 wide. He's gonna shove it in there. 3 wide on the bottom. Doug Spark with a pair of lap cars. Didn't work. Is he gonna try it again in 1 and 2? Yes, he is. They're still 3 wide. They're gonna put Glenn up top. Oh, Glenn turns in. This is some hairy stuff just to get around lap cars. Oh, contact. Colson bounces off the 47. They come together. Poulsen in the wall in the backstretch, still green. Big checkup. And there goes one around. Broderick Whitman into the pit wall. Broderick Whitman really into the pit wall. He hit both pit walls. That is ugly looking. He's bifurcated the ponies. And that car's not moving. There it goes. That was ugly. A shocking twist. 3 wide doesn't really work at Myrtle Beach. Let's ride on board with Broderick Whitman's pony mobile. The Glenn gets put in the wall. The whole field stacks up and he's going to get hooked. Oh, that was a hell of a hit into the end of the pit wall. Alright, let's see. So Glenn was definitely like 3 wide up top, right? Yeah, he's 3 wide. And yeah, he gets hooked. Did he come down or did they come up? I'm gonna say that everybody was coming down trying to pinch down to the bottom and they hooked Poulsen that then forced everybody up into the wall. A lot of guys did well not to just run into that, but as you get further back, guys didn't have anywhere to go. Isaac Groth hooked Whitman straight into the backstretch wall, and then he spun around and went back in first into the end of the pit wall. Ouch. Well, that has eliminated. The 54 is out. finally. And I'm going to be shocked if I don't see the 68 taken off the board. Nope. Roderick is still going. That is surprising. I would have thought he'd have been out after that. So we're going to get a restart with just a little more than 10 to go, I suspect. And nobody's had anything for Cristiano de Saab since Dwight York broke, so we'll see if that changes here. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is in. And one of the lap cars is blowing up as we take the restart. The 5 is blowing up. And he's going to come to a stop. The caution is straight back out. This is the best run Stephen Lowe's had at Desa all day, but he's not going to get to take a look as they race back to the yellow. But the next one will be single file. And a lot of the lead lap cars are clear of all the lap cars. This could set up for a finish where Cristiano might actually lose this race. He's got to be screaming about that. And Broderick Whitman's got to be thrilled because that's another spot for him. He passes the 5 car. Road open, no takers. It would, based on how hard it's been to pass today, it'd be basically throwing away your race to pit here, and the 5 is officially retired with the shocker of all shocks, an engine failure. So it'll be 10 to go this time around, so that will be a single file restart. And at least one more lap under yellow to clean up the mess the 5 left all over the front stretch. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car's in. Desa has them under control one more time. And we are green. Stephen Lowe stays right with him that time. Stephen Lowe just looking for an opening. This 18's been strong all night. But you gotta lead the last lap, that's the important one. He's gonna take a look, but there's no space that time into one. Desa trying to settle in and just stretch it out like he's done every restart so far. A little more space this time at the line. He's got a third of a second on him. That's not insurmountable. Starting to look a little more established though. 5 laps to go. Gap is stable. Stephen Lowe trying to find something in that car, anything he hasn't tried all night to make a little more time and get to that bumper. But it looks like Desa might be pulling away just a little bit. Ooh, bad run through 3 and 4 though. Stephen Lowe's going to close in a bit. Right there with him down the backstretch. So close, but so far still. Right with him here into one. He's in striking distance. 3 to go. Great on his bumper into 3. I thought he was going to give him a push. 2 laps to go, this time at the line. He needs to make a move. He's running out of laps. He's going to run it a little high here in 1 and 2, maybe try to get a run off. I don't think that worked. White flag in the air. Desa's just got to hold him off one more time around the speedway. Through 1 and 2, Stephen Lowe's all over him, but doesn't make a move. Here comes his last chance into turn 3. Not close enough to make the move. Desa's just got to keep the car under him on the exit. Gets a little loose, but he's got it. Cristiano Desa will win at Myrtle Beach.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that'll happen. Doug Spark got a top 10.
Good job, Doug.
That's the closest anybody'd been to the lead all day, too.
Thanks.
Yeah, the leader was pretty dominant, especially on the restarts, because the lap cars would screw up everybody behind him. Beach. Didn't mean to close that. Alright, let's upload our point standings. Alright, and we've got the point standings. Any big movers? Yeah, Dwight York lost 5 spots. Alright, well that was an interesting race. We will see you next week.